Welcome back, guys. You're watching Shift into Gear. It's Polar, and today we're testing out one of my favorite cars in this world, the BMW M4 Competition. With about 503 horsepower, this thing is a beast. But let's not waste time and let's get straight into it. Alright guys, now there's a lot of distinct design aspects of this car we're going to speak about, particularly being an M4 Competition. There's a lot of differences, but let's get into it. The most controversial part of the car, which is this big kidney style front grille. There is a lot going on in this vehicle. I think it actually integrates perfectly into the aggressive design of the front here. The way the hood has these lines that actually go into the grille as well. It actually does take away from the smaller headlights as well. It gives it a bit more of an aggressive look for sure. And you know, I could fit my whole hand in here. So it gives you a lot of air going in as well. So keep in mind, it is very functional. While it's big, it does work for the car, and I think it helps a bit with the performance. Let's talk about a few little points here. We've got the M4 Competition logo here, or the badge. You don't get that in a normal M4. You've got your front camera over here as well. Small, it's like a fisheye lens. You've got your sensors, your number plates. I think no matter what, you can't make the number plates look good on a car. They always look good without it, but it doesn't look too bad. And you do have this huge sensor here. Even though it's a bit offset, as it's only on one side, it's not symmetrical. That is for the emergency braking, lane keep, and I think adaptive cruise control as well. So that all integrates in the safety systems. Let's talk about the laser lights. Now these BMWs do, this one has a BMW laser lights, which basically, if anyone knows anything about it, it gives you a bit more of a, you know, assistance with high beams and how the headlights work in driving situations. Nice part here. Let's get into the air vents. What do we think? You've got two working air vents here. You can actually see the air will go straight directly through here. I can fit quite a bit of my hand in there. And oh look, we also got a bit of a rock. Get into the side profile of the vehicle. First thing to check out is the bonnet here. Now there's no air vents or working air vents at all that go into the bonnet straight from the top. However, you do have these aggressive contouring lines that go straight into the grille here. Two U-shaped inserts here and two lines that go straight into the BMW logo like that. It does give you a bit more of an aggressive look. Moving on, we've got the wheels. These are the competition spec wheels. So what they are is actually 19-inch at the front, 20-inch at the back, and they're staggered set. So what that means is you've got actually bigger and wider wheels at the back as opposed to the ones at the front. Being the competition, you also have different style wheels, and they're finished off pretty nicely with this black gloss trim. Steel brakes, and these come with a 6-port Brembos. You can get them in a carbon ceramic brake kit, which will cost you a fair bit more, but it does give you a bit more of a, what can I say, a high speed capabilities. Moving on here, we've got a little garnish, M4 Competition. It's pretty standard. No, it doesn't have any air vents going through it or anything, but it looks great, just in case you forgot it's an M4 Competition. And you've got the side mirrors here. You can get these spec'd in a carbon fiber, but these just go with the color of the outside color of this vehicle. And there's a huge little vent here. You can fit quite a bit in there. And of course, a camera for the aerial view as well. Another big design aspect of this vehicle is the side skirts. I actually really like how it's designed. If you can actually see, it will indent from the wheel and then it comes back out like a little fin. Looks great. Let's look at the rear quarter panel here, particularly the visibility for the passengers, if you have any. It's got a very aggressive low ceiling here, and that basically takes away from the visibility. But if I'm going to be driving this thing, they're not going to be worried about what's outside. They're going to be holding on. Now, we were talking about the 20-inch wheels at the back. So 19 at the front, 20 at the back. This particular color set is the red calipers. You get 4 options in the calipers. They shows red with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S wheels. Great wheels for this car. Got to put that power down somehow. Now, one of my favorite parts of this vehicle, I guess you know what it is. It's this rear end. Look at it. Super wide, super beefy, even wider than the M3 of this spec. So the M4 is actually the wider out of the two, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. We've got these diffuser style integrated into the bumper. Even though it's not exactly functional, it does look great. Got these reflectors that give you a bit of more width. Basically come with the contours, the lines through the side here. You've got this black finishing on the 4 exhaust tips that are, I believe, all functional, yes. And just in case you forgot it's a competition again, another badge. Now let's look at the boot here. I got that the second time. No one saw that. Now, if you need an umbrella, this car's actually got a few, 4 to be exact. It actually comes with this cool little M spec umbrella. It's got the M badge here. One thing to look forward to if you buy one of these cars, make sure you get one of these. You've got a nice kind of honeycomb style grip and a carbon fiber look here. You know, it helps with the sun and also helps with the rain. Get into the boots. It's a 440 litre trunk over here. Plenty of room actually. Spacious. It's actually a bit surprising. You've got your automatic releases for your rear CT, so I'm not going to do it right now, but you press that in, seats fold down both sides. You've got your 12 volt power outlet too, just if you have any accessories you want to add. And yeah, automatic tailgate too, just press that in, just like that. Now let's go to the carbon fiber roof. The sun's out, so you should be able to see. Shark fin spoiler with these nice contouring fins here. And look at that carbon fiber, that looks amazing. Now, one of my favorite parts of this car, come inside. Before you step in this vehicle, you're going to be reminded that this is in fact a competition, not a regular M4, just to get your money's worth. Wide steering wheel, it's actually very girthy. It's actually almost too wide, but it works. Got an M logo at the bottom, and there's a few controls here which are actually pretty interesting. We've got the actual radio controls here on the right. On the left, we've got the safety, lane and adaptive control settings. And also you've got 2 little red buttons here, M1 and M2, which are customizable modes. Now these cars, customization modes are insane. There's so much you can change: the steering, the throttle response, the differential controls, the suspension. You can actually set which are your favorite preferences, 1 or 2, and you can save them on these buttons. Instead of changing them all up all the time, you can just 1 or 2, there you go. Paddle shifters here, pretty regular, some small shifters, just silver, minus on the left here and plus on the right side, and you've got a fully integrated digital dash. Looks amazing. Now let's start up the car. Put on the brake. There we go. Now watch everything light up here. You've got a beautiful heads-up display as well. I don't know if you can see it there. It's going to be flickering, but that is customizable as well. And oh, that sounds amazing. Now before you get in, let me quickly point out this particularly unique feature of the seats is this little carbon fiber, how can I say, like a groin area support here. This will actually in turn help you when you're driving around in the bucket seats, especially if you're around the track, but it can prove a little annoying when you're getting in and out of the car, particularly if you're, I think, depending on your body size. Now let's go for the rest. Now there is a lot going on in here, and it is very immersive. To simplify it, you've got your beautiful digital dash here, got your nice touchscreen display here, air conditioning controls here, and radio controls too. Radio is paired up with an amazing harmonize sound system, which BMWs are known for, and it does work very well. I'll maybe test it out a bit later. Now, particularly wanted to show you guys the M menu here. Now, these are the 2 buttons here, M1 and M2. You can configure just through here, different settings, so you can change the engine, transmission, chassis settings as well. And heads-up display, this is the thing we showed you before as well. You can actually adjust the little angle and basically little things, aspects about the car's heads-up display. Instrument cluster as well can be customized. I'm not going to get into all the features, but that's pretty cool. And my favorite, this little M drift analyzer. Now this is probably the most gimmicky yet most, how can I say, out there, one of the most fun features about this car is it actually rates your drift out of 5. And I could actually imagine it's actually hard to get a 5 out of 5 drift, so it's kind of like you're almost in a game. I'm not going to get into this. You can see we've been really good with this car. We've got no drift history. And let's get out of here. That's it. Got Apple CarPlay, it's wireless as well, which is pretty cool. And let's actually get through here. This is where all the fun stuff happens. First of all, just in case you forgot again, you're in an M4 Competition. All right, you've got the M badge here, beautiful red start button there too. Got your infotainment, radio and navigation controls there. I'm not going to get into too much. Let's get straight into the fun stuff. Over here, we've got your little setup mode, M mode and exhaust note buttons here. Let's go through them. First of all, you can switch between different M modes. You got your road, sport and track. Now to get into track mode, you actually have to hold it, and keep in mind when you do turn it into track mode, luckily it turns off all your safety features that could possibly get in the way of actually having a nice run around the track. Setup here, over here, this actually, you can actually get into this. This is the fun part. Now what I was saying before, guys, there's so much you can customize in this car, absolutely everything. The engine efficiency, you can put it to sport plus, and while I'm changing this I can actually hear the engine tone changing in exhaust. Now that sounds completely different to that. I don't know if you guys can see or hear. Chassis, this is all suspension, steering as well, it gets a bit stiffer, and braking. And so that's a whole lot of customization there. We've got your exhaust note as well, so when it's on, the exhaust is open. Keep in mind you have to pair that up with the sports mode to have the basically the best sounding exhaust that you want. But when you turn it off, it sounds completely different. When we go on a drive, I'll show you guys a bit more in detail, but that's night and day between the two. But that's the quick rundown of here. Got a little tray here. Quick thing to note, especially with what's going around the world and the shortages of the semiconductors, even though there is a wireless trackpad technically here, they actually, this particular car doesn't actually include that because of the whole issues with the semiconductors. So even though there's a bit of an area there for it, and even has a kind of symbol for wireless charging, it actually doesn't actually have it. You do have a USB and a 12-volt power outlet there too, and 2 cup holders. And that's all cool. Now let's get into the back seats. Guys, let me introduce you to Alex here.
Hey guys.
Hi Alex. Now what I'm going to get him to do is actually, he's what, 6 foot, and he's going to jump in the back of this car.
Let's do it. I actually do ride in the back sometimes. I have before, yeah.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you think.
Are you sure?
The only thing is, like you said before, Paul, the slanted roof, you know, it does, you got to sit a little bit further down.
Is your head touching the top?
If I sit straight up, my head is touching the top.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
But if I, have a little bit of a swag to it, I'm comfortable.
You're actually comfortable with that? So you sit a bit down. So how's your knees?
Knees? Well, let's put this back.
That interior looks amazing from this angle, mate.
Yeah, so I'm touching.
They are touching, yes.
I'm touching, but I'm in my swag mode for my headroom. It's
it does the job.
It does the job.
And I think being that the carbon fiber bucket seats will probably give you a bit more leg room, because I believe they're a bit thinner.
But I think we'd find this chair's actually pretty far back, because we had someone, sitting in this on the way here, So.
Actually, yeah, you were sitting at the front here, so let's just say, let's move it a bit forward. That's a bit better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
I'm also still sitting there.
Got in the back, got USB-C points here, and we got our own air conditioner control as well, so it's separate.
Yeah, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there cup holders in the middle there?
No.
No. What does that do? That's
so this is just a cubby hole. Straight to the boot.
Probably fit something in there.
Yeah, so you can get your umbrellas.
Let's have a listen of it starting up in sports mode. That sounds amazing. Now, just for comparison, let's put it in the eco mode. You can hear the crackle's gone completely. There's no crackle left. Big difference. Almost forgot to talk about the most important part of this car, which is this beast under the engine. Now we've got a twin turbo straight 6 S58 engine. This puts out 503 horsepower in the competition, as opposed to the 473 in the normal one, and 479 newton meters of torque as opposed to 406, I believe. Beast of an engine, and that is really translated into the wheels when you do take it for a spin. Very excited. I haven't actually driven it yet, but let's get into it. Let's take this car for a spin. Now I'm driving in a Tiptronic mode, and we are inefficient. Whoa, that thing drives amazing, guys. Now this is putting a smile on my face, and we're still in comfort mode. Let's go for a quick spin. We're not going to do anything crazy, but we're just going to basically drive around, see how it feels. The steering is very soft. I feel the braking is also pretty soft right now. We are in the comfort mode, but let's get into it. What we're going to do is press the left side here, we're going to go into Sports Plus. Now this engine right now is in Sports Plus. We're going to leave the steering and braking to normal driving. First thing to know as well, the visibility is not the best, but it's definitely not too bad. A-pillars are probably the only part where I'd probably hesitate on saying it's good, but otherwise the rest of the car is great. The exhaust tune from inside the car sounds really nice. Keep in mind we have the exhaust open, and also got to keep in mind, if you guys ever driven the old M4s before this, they had the DCT. Now this comes with the 8-speed automatic, which is meant to be a bit more comfortable. So keep in mind when you're driving these type of cars, not everyone is driving them on the track, and I think why they've done this with the new one too, they're giving you a bit more drivability for everyday use, and that's why I believe it drives the way it does, because you can drive it like a daily car and not even think twice. But I'm just driving it in traffic at the moment, but drives absolutely great. Now actually let's test out the exterior noise of this car. We'll switch cameras and we'll play some music from the back. Another cool feature to mention is the center differential controls, which are right here on the shift knob. Gives you one of 3 settings: low, medium and high. Basically what it does, it controls the gears, and when you do shift it will hold it longer depending on how aggressive it is, and it will make the gear changes a lot sharper between them. It's pretty cool. Alright guys, now after a fun test drive, it's time to fill this thing up. Just wanted to say thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And I'll see you next time.